Here is our very neutral color bedroom. My husband and I have painted every room, bedroom, bathroom in this house except ours. We've been talking about adding an accent wall for the longest time. This is a bedroom makeover on a budget, so stay tuned for today's transformation.
Hi, I'm Melissa. Welcome to A Life Refurbish, where you are reminded through furniture refinishing that there's hope. It doesn't matter how tough things get. Keep watching. Just outside the bedroom, besides the mess, we have our trim, and we're gonna let it climatize for at least 24 hours. Any small amount of hot or cold can change the size of the timber. My husband has laid out his plan. 9 boards are gonna be running vertically. The math was done, so we would have 32 equal size squares. The board button is gonna be covering the entire wall, so we need to remove the trim. As he pulls it off, you're gonna notice that there's a lot of nails that were holding the trim in place, and a lot of those nails are left behind. So here he's removing one by one. In the text above, I'm sharing 3 ways that can help you find a stud, just so that when you are nailing your boards, you're nailing them in a place that they're gonna stay in. Each piece of wood was cut down to size. The boards that were nailed to the edges of the wall were nailed into the studs. The rest of the boards that we're going to be using are going to be glued in using liquid nails and then using a brad nailer gun. Notice how he uses the level before he nails every single board to make sure that everything is lined up. And now it's time to glue and nail all the boards that will be going horizontally. This took a few days, but we're finally ready to patch in all the nail holes here, and we're gonna let everything dry overnight. Tomorrow we're gonna be sanding those down. Right now I'm busy working on the nightstands that we're gonna be putting in our bedroom here, which you're gonna see at the very end. And I'm actually gonna be sharing the makeover for those nightstands with you next week. The final thing before we start painting is to add this caulking paste to every single square edge. Use a paper towel that's wet and wrap it around your finger and use that to smooth out the caulking paste. Don't do like my husband did here using his bare finger unless you want your finger to be bleeding by the end of the project. I'm just giving you the tip that has always worked and we've always used. I think you forgot. Oh yeah, a little detail that he forgot to tell me is that he decided to shiplap the ceiling. So here I shared some of these in my Instagram stories. By the way, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, feel free to follow over there. I share day-to-day things. The next day, I stuck a bunch of different paint samples to the wall to choose a green color, and we decided on this green thyme from Sherwin-Williams, which we absolutely love. And since my friends over on Instagram asked a lot about this paint sprayer, I'm just gonna share with you that this is a Wagner Flexio 3500. I'm always sharing about my limitations as a shorty, but I love this attachment from Wagner that helped me reach out the low places, but also these tall ones here.
Coming together. I'm gonna show you the face of the person that did all these work. Say hi.
Today is a very exciting day. We get to bring the rug and the cast iron bed that we found on Facebook Marketplace. And when we were bringing it in, oh my gosh, it hit my toe and it hurt so bad. I wanted to say something mean, but I didn't. To add a touch of elegance, we added these pendant lights using this flip toggle to mount the brackets. Here you can see that we taped the area, made the markings, drilled some pilot holes, and finally drill the holes where we're gonna be adding the flip toggle. For the toggle installation, all you have to do is slide it through and pull back out. Push forward that little piece all against the wall and then break the rest off. Now we can put our screws through that and mount our bracket.
Nicer toggles than the other ones out there. They're so easy.
Where'd you find those?
Menards. They hold a lot more weight than the other ones.
The lights come with two small side screws that you screw into the bracket to keep them in place. I'm gonna keep it real here. We're feeling kind of fancy with these lights on now. This bedroom is feeling completely different. And here are the nightstands that I was busy stripping and refinishing while my husband was busy nailing and putting the boards into the wall. I added a couple pieces of wall art from Hobby Lobby, some greenery, and a couple thrifted items. One of them is this wooden ball, and the other one is this beautiful wall art that's dated back to March 23, 1920. It's a real antique. Nothing beats real antiques, and it's gorgeous. After a little bit of a back and forth, it's gonna go on my husband's side of the bed. Next week, I'm gonna be sharing with you how I refinished these beautiful nightstands. So I will see you next week. But for now, let's take a look and see where this bedroom started. And let's see where it's now. Please let me know in the comments what was your favorite part of this bedroom makeover. If you enjoyed today's content, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. I will see you guys next week for another furniture transformation.